Hi everybody, it's Jamie Young with Synergy Theater Academy, and I have another story for you. This happened when I was a sophomore in college. And in college theater departments, when a show is about to audition, there's a lot of buzz and a lot of excitement in the hallways amongst the students. When I saw the audition notice go up, though, I realized it was an opera. And although I was a musical theater student, did not have an opera voice. And so I was a little discouraged, but decided, okay, well, I just won't audition and I'll find something else meaningful to do in the department. And so I became a stage manager for a show. And one day at rehearsal for the stage manager, I was pulled out of the rehearsal and by a professor, and we were walking down the hall, and he said, "I'm the director of the opera, and I would like you to audition for the opera." And I said, "I don't have an opera voice." And he said, "Oh, don't worry about that. We just want to hear you sing." So I went into an office and sang in front of all of the directors and didn't think anything of it. Well, the next week, the audition cast list came out, and I hadn't even gone by to look at it, but all of the other students were telling me, "You're in the opera, you got in the opera." And not only did I get in, but I was given a lead role. And the rehearsals began, and I was scared and I was nervous and I wasn't doing very well, and the rest of the cast knew that I wasn't doing well, and everybody was just a little disappointed with the way that I was portraying the role. It just didn't fit the opera. And what made matters worse was this show had another one of the lead characters was a professional opera singer that they would fly in for a few days every week. And that just made me feel more like a pipsqueak on stage, because here was this amazing professional opera singer. Well, what I decided to do is just study him and watch him. I decided, well, I'm not an opera singer, but I am an actor. And so I decided to act like an opera singer. So I studied this professional opera singer and worked on it over the weekend. And when we got back to rehearsals on Monday or Tuesday, I got up for my very first scene and I portrayed the character of an opera singer while I did this particular scene. And when my song was over and the other cast members were supposed to continue on with the scene, they didn't. They stopped, and everybody was looking at me. And then they ran over and they gave me a big hug and said, "You found your opera voice." Well, it ended up being a very successful experience for me. A very enjoyable show and great cast to work with. The moral of the story is we all have weaknesses, and we all have strengths, and we can use those strengths to help us overcome our weaknesses. Not just for things that we do on stage, but in our everyday lives as well. So I hope this is helpful to you. Use your strengths, improve your abilities, and those will help you overcome your weaknesses, and you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. Thanks. This has been fun for me, walking down memory lane. I hope it's been helpful for you too.